Hey, Sebastian, what a good boy. He's a border collie, right?
Yeah, sure is.
And they really like to run, don't they?
Yes, he has a lot of energy, and that's why we're wanting to make him an outside dog.
Well, he's got a great backyard here. Where were you thinking about putting the doghouse?
Up here against the back of the house.
A couple things I want to keep in mind as we design this. We want to make it large enough so that he's not cramped. He has plenty of room to move around in there. But small enough so that it will contain his body heat and keep him warm in cooler weather.
To figure out the right dimensions, I need to take some measurements. And measuring a border collie is a challenging task.
Come here. Come on, it won't hurt you. Just a tape measure. Here, Sebastian, look.
According to the American Humane Society, the height of a doghouse should be the height of the dog plus 9 inches. The length should be the dog's length plus 18 inches. And the width, his length plus 12 inches.
Length 32.
All right.
Boy, okay, 32 by 22.
My plans call for a cozy, insulated 2-room house that will permit Sebastian to see outside or to be completely sheltered. We'll add a slanted roof for rain runoff.
So here we've got all the pieces for the frame base. Now this is pressure-treated lumber because it's going to be in direct contact with the ground. One thing to keep in mind, though, when you're building pet structures is you don't want the pets to come in contact with pressure-treated lumber. Not healthy for them. So this is all going to be covered over. Sebastian won't touch this, but it will keep this from rotting out because it's sitting on the ground.
Amy drills clearance holes for 3-inch rust-resistant deck screws, which will hold the frame together. Now we're ready to cut several sheets of plywood, which will be used for the floor, roof, and walls.
Amy, I bet you haven't used a circular saw.
I have never used it.
I have a feeling you've never used it. Okay.
It looks a little intimidating.
Yeah?
Yes.
It is. No, it's not. It's really not. Come over here. Come over here. Main thing is let gravity do part of the work here. The base of this, just let it sit on top of the plywood. All you have to do is push this through and apply just some gentle pressure up against this straight edge.
Amy cuts as far as she can reach, then hands off to Charles to complete the cut. In order to have a slanted roof, our sidewalls must be angled at the top. To accomplish this, I've clamped the straight edge at the desired angle. Amy and Charles once again use the circular saw to make the cut. With all our plywood panels trimmed to size, it's time to assemble the doghouse. We start with the floor.
Well, the question is, does it fit?
Seems to fit.
Oh, looks good.
Looks pretty good.
To attach the floor to the base, Amy drills pilot holes about every 10 inches, and Charles follows behind, driving in screws.
Now, this is what you call a doghouse raisin. Wall number 2. Now these L-shaped pieces that you guys put together, I want to put right in here, just like this.
We've assembled these corner braces by screwing a couple of 2x4s together. We'll first attach the braces to the side walls, then fasten the front and back walls to the braces. These corner braces will reinforce the walls and block drafts from blowing through. With Charles and Amy busy putting up the exterior walls, I'm installing a frame for the interior partition. We attach a plywood skin to the frame and a support post. Then, just as the doghouse begins to take shape, threatening storm clouds roll in, followed by a true Midwest thunderstorm.
So we've moved in here in the garage, and actually this is not a bad time to put this down off the table and onto the floor. It's probably going to be easier to reach it this way. I've also added a couple of braces here, here, and here. Now we're ready to put our insulation in. We're going to be using this. This is rigid foam insulation. We've actually glued 2 pieces together, a 1-inch piece and a 1/2-inch piece. And we're going to start by dropping this right inside our frames. So just grab something over there that looks like it might fit, and we'll see if indeed it does.
It's like putting a puzzle together.
Yeah. This is.
I got the wrong piece. Let's try this.
Next, we cover the insulation with 1/4-inch plywood panels.
Keep Sebastian from snacking on that insulation. right, why don't we start right here, Charles?
Okay.
Right here. Amy, right here, and then kind of work your way down. Telling you, it's feeling snug as a bug in here right now. Let's start at the bottom, guys.
Okay.
So do you think Sebastian's going to be happy in here?
Well, if Sebastian isn't, I'm sure our 4-year-old will be.
You know, that thought occurred to me. This is
Yeah.
almost a playhouse. If it was much bigger. All right. You know, could we call Sebastian for just a second?
Sure.
I wanted
Come
to
on,
consult with him about this.
Hey!
Hey, buds. Listen, I want to decide how to make your door. So, what do you think? I'm thinking like something maybe just above your back, right here. Would this be okay up here? Right up here? Would this
Oh,
be all right?
yes. Oh, that's nice.
Okay. He says
All
yes.
right, great.
With Sebastian's specifications outlined on the wall, Amy cuts the doorway out with a jigsaw, and we screw the final wall section into place. Next, the roof goes on. We allow a slight overhang to keep rain runoff away from the walls, then cover the plywood with water-resistant roofing felt or tar paper, which we attach with staple tackers. We also add a drip cap along the edges of the roof. This L-shaped piece of metal prevents water from seeping under the shingles and into the edge of the plywood.
All right. Time to do a little shingling now.
Finally, we nail our shingles into place, starting at the bottom and overlapping each row.
Well done. Well, the rain stopped, and we've moved the doghouse out in the yard where it's going to live. And we've added a hinge along the rear edge of the roof. The reason for that is it makes it real easy to clean by simply lifting up the front edge like this. Well, Charles, I think we did a pretty good job.
Looks great to me.
But actually, we're not the ones who are going to live in here, so I think we ought to ask the guy who is. Hey,
Okay.
Sebastian,
Come here, boy.
want to try this
Come on,
out? How about a little
Look at
food?
this.
Just sort of a, yeah,
Look at
yeah,
that.
a welcoming dinner in there. How
What do
about
you
that?
think?
To make having dinner in your new house. Well, guys, that was fun. I
Oh.
enjoyed working with you.
We
You
had
were
a
great
great-
with the tools,
Thanks. We had a great time.
Excellent time.
and I think he's going to like the new house.
He definitely
will.
will.
And just remember, if you have to go to the doghouse now, well, it's not such a bad deal.
Nope.